Hello everyone, it's Janine here. Welcome to my channel. I am in a swap with Olivia Hernandez. Yay! Oh my gosh, I can't believe that she said yes when I asked her to do the swap with me. I admire her so much. Her work is fantastic, and this swap that we've been finally got round to sending to each other was coming on for a while, and you know, with my family obligations it was just put off, but it's time now, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to share with you what I made for her. So for our swap we had to choose something. So it could either be something that we had seen the other make and said, oh, can you make me one like that, or something that the other had already made and said, can I have that? And we had to do an altered placemat and a lace pocketbook and a surprise item. So 4, right? Choice, placemat, lace pocketbook, and surprise. 4 items. So for the choice to choose what she wanted, Olivia chose the Marie Antoinette projects I'd made with a kit from Miss Garden Grove, and luckily I hadn't given it away yet. I will so what I'll do is, I'm not going to go through the whole video. I'm not going to go through the whole you know what, let me just start that again. I'm not going to show the items that I made with the kit, because I'll put a link to the video, and if you are interested you can have a look. But as I said, this suitcase is one of the items I made with the kit. I made a drawstring bag. I put some goodies in here for Olivia, and I did a snippet roll. There's also a pillow in one of the other bags, and there's also a bag of goodies that she can use to go with the cold items that is inside the suitcase. So okay, so the placemat. So this is my altered placemat. I used a very nice placemat I bought just for this purpose, and it's really kind of ornate looking, so pretty. I didn't do anything to the back. My clasp, I didn't want to do a magnetic clasp, so I put down one of my fabric doily pieces and a vintage button. So I have a piece of string looped around the button, going over, hiding underneath the flower and peeping out at the bottom. So it goes around and it just slips over the button, so and on the cover, on the front I added this fabric, lace fabric. This is an old curtain, and it has the strips of this I think I have one here. Yes. Let me just show you. It's like this. See? So I put a strip on top, two of them, put my pearls in the center of my pearls, and this fabric is not doily. This is a huge tablecloth, and it has different sizes of these doilies in there. I bought 2, but they're not similar, and this is the one. And over there as well, in the middle, I have a piece of a doily, and I just cut out the V section, and that's kind of my only dangle going on there. I put some beads around there, and little flower. I didn't make that flower. And at the bottom as well, I have the same flowers with the pearls. And this is the inside of the placemat. I just put these prima flowers and added bigger pearls and left the rest plain. Oh, and here is the Marie Antoinette pillow that comes with that set. As I said, I will post a link so at the bottom so you can have a look and see. So I am not very much into dangles, and I love dangles, and when I feel a project needs dangles, I'll add it. But this one, the placemat turned out like this, and I really hope you like it, Olivia, because you know I know you love dangles, but I hope you like this one. I made it especially for you. Okay, so that's my placemat. And then my lace book. Oh goodness, guys, I must admit I struggled with this lace pocketbook. You know, sometimes when I craft, I just tend to overdo things, or I don't like what I'm doing and I keep adding things, and in the end it's totally what I never had in mind, even though you know, I never had in mind that it was going to be like that, but it turned out like that. And this is one of those projects that I wasn't 100% happy with. This is my first lace pocketbook I've made, and I used fabric. I'll explain as I go along. So let me show you the back first. Here's my back. This is the fabric I used. It's quite old, and I decorated the top and the bottom the same. So I've got some lace on top and the bottom, on the side as well. There's a bit of dangle at the bottom, but hardly any. And I have this rosette trim on the side, and I secured a bow on the side just to add more detail to the rosette trim. On the cover I have lots of lace and doily pieces and, you know, kinds of pieces, these, you know, the doily and so on. On the side I have a bow closure, as you can see, and I just want to show you. So if you see, I didn't do much dangles. You know, I have a bit going on there. I have this little bauble, this piece I did hanging down there with one pink bead, and the others is just the pearl beads. I also have a dangle trim and flower piece over there, and a matching flower piece on the other side. I have lots of foam flowers in that corner, on the spine, with different pearl pieces and so on. Okay, so what I've done with this one is I created a pocket for the cover. When Olivia spoke about it the first time, she said postcard pocketbook, and somehow this design came into my head, so I made a pocket, and inside the pocket I have this little postcard. It's on it's on fabric, but it's just for show, and I have a pencil, and the pocket is quite deep. It has a button, you can close it. And in front I have this image that I printed of interest, some nice buttons, all kinds of tiny bits of lace offcuts and tiny pearls. I have this small pieces of dry flower on the image, And up here some more foam flowers. Is it foam flowers? Yes. And at the bottom as well I have some ribbon roses. Yeah, I just have a piece of lace dangling underneath the flower. I just like the way it looked over there. And yeah, so let me put my postcard back in my pocket and my little pencil. So that's the cover, and inside I have, this is the spread inside, some more of that fabric. I have just this few pieces of lace, and at the bottom tiny little pearls over there and over there, and I have different color pearls with ribbon flowers again, ribbon roses again. I have one of this on each side, the one slightly higher than the other so that they fit nicely into each other. And I have these two corner pieces. I tea dyed them slightly, but I didn't leave them in the liquid too long. And I have two of those pieces of fabric, doily type fabric I just snipped out the centerpiece, and they look like hearts, and I put a few of these in for you, Olivia. So let me show you what I've put inside the pocket. So when Olivia said fabric pocketbook, postcard pocketbook, I don't have any postcards, but I thought I would make something unique and different for her to put in the pockets, and this is what I've done. I'll do the first pocket. So these images I bought from a lady at an Etsy store. I can't say her name. I'll put a link to her store as well. Emoji or something like that. And I had all these images for a while. I had printed them on paper, and I had them in a box. You know, where you keep all your images and that. So I decided to use them for this book. So what I've done is I have glued them to fabric, and you know, put some decorations. Like as you can see, there's some off-cut pieces of lace, ribbon rose as well, and I like the sound. So you know, she can put it on a box, she can use it, you know, she can, and then, or on a bag, a drawstring bag, even a card, a pocket, a book, oh, there's so many places you can use these. Well, so I thought that it would really be nice, instead of filling it up with postcards, to create little snippet things like this. So that's the first one, and then I did another one. This one is has a vintage lady, and there's a dress going on there, and some trim, little side piece, and so yeah, that's on that this color fabric. It's a little bit padded. I like the way that one turned out. And then here's another one. It's a little bit small. There's a pocket over there. You can put a note in there, you know, and a little tag. And on this one, I made a pocket as well. And on pink fabric. And then I have a little vellum type. Sorry. Little vellum type. Oh, another. Oh, bless me. Pardon. I have another pocket over there, envelope, and inside the envelope there's another envelope. So nice image on the cover. So you know, that goes. It's different. I hope you like different, Olivia. Because I always add a twist, a little bit of a. So these ones, and then I have another postcard. It's a flower piece there, some lace around, that kind of fabric again. And I have another one, same image or similar image to the cover, ribbon rose. And this one, there's a lot going on. I have this embellishment. It's jar die, mason jar die. So I cut it. I had it laying around. I put this piece of lace flower there, bit of lace at the back, around the lid, and yeah. And then this one is a pocket. So I made a tag to go in the pocket. It's the back of the tag. This is on fabric. So the tag goes inside the well, you don't have to do it like that, but that's how I'm putting it in. And the mason jar goes in the front pocket that I created with this piece of lace. There we go. So it's a little bit different. I hope you like them. There's lots of uses for you know, this kind of, oh, I hope you like it, Olivia. So that's the pocketbook, the lace pocketbook. But guys, after I made it, I just was not 100% happy with the way it turned out. So yeah, you can guess I made another one, and yeah, I am giving both to her. So come on, why am I struggling with a simple bow? So that's the first one. So I'm going to show you the second one that I made, and I'll show you the back first. So I have lace on top, 2 different types of lace. This one is made with is it placemat? I think it's just this cotton type fabric, and it's padded, and I used 2 pieces together and put the stuffing inside. And this is the back. I added a bow as well. Yeah, I was in my bow mood, and there's that little piece over there, and I created this dangle. It's just fabric that I shaped in kind of a V and added these little flowers, 4 flat back pearls over there, and that's the side. So on the spine on top there's nothing, and then here I have 3 pieces of that lace and that little doodads inside. So this is the cover, and on the cover it reads "Love Vintage." It's on fabric. I have another bow there, and there's a piece of jewelry there, and bits of fabric and lace sticking out, some ribbon roses, different laces with pearls all over on both sides, the strippers, and a piece of doily there, different types of fabric, doily pieces. And this applique, I cut up a few pieces from a huge applique that I bought, that I received from his Garden Grove. This is from my stash. This piece is vintage, it's soft and old, so I had to add that there to do justice to the "I love vintage" phrase. So this one is, it's not a clasp, it's a, you know, it just gives the illusion of a clasp. But so there's that one. And I'll just do a close up so you can see dangle. And inside is the pockets. This is what it looks like inside. And I'll just take out the ephemera. I'm not going to show you what's in there. She can do it herself. So this is the pockets. They are identical. So I have this doily I cut in, this doily I cut in half, and I used each half as a pocket on the pocket. And this is a flower, and I stuck pulls around there. It's the first time I did that. I actually like how that turned out. And I have this 4 flowers is on one piece, so I added the ribbon roses and a pearl at the bottom. So, and then this is also some fabric I had, and so I used 1, 2, 3 pieces to create, that dangle effect. And this is an old piece of tablecloth. It's very soft, it's gorgeous. In the middle I have a butterfly and some pearl string, and I have this piece there, diamond shape, to secure the 2 pockets. At the top I have different laces and pearls on each one. And on the side I have a few laces with pearls again, and on that side they are identical. Inside the pockets I have a puffy little heart. They're very cute to use. And I have this heart, and I think this is called a penny farthing. Not 100% sure. So that goes in there, and then exactly the same on the other side, except that the little embellishments are pink. So yeah, then the other thing, I will show you what I've done with this ephemera I put in the pocket. So this pin is stuck over there in this lace. Let me just get it out. There we go. So what I've done is I've taken a glassine bag and folded it in half. So on the front you will see why is this stuck to that? Oh, it's not stuck, it's just underneath. This is the front pocket, the front page of the glassine bag. And so these just these just slip in, it's like as you can see, and over like that. So just to do something a little bit different with the ephemera. So there we go. And also I have some more of that images for her. So on each page is ephemera, and also in the pockets, and at the back as well, similar to the front, pocket in there. And yeah, I made this paper clip to go with the secure all the ephemera inside the pockets. So I thought that was nice. It was different to do something like that. So so these are the what we agreed on the swap. So it's the choice of the Antoinette projects, the altered placemat, and the pocketbook. So then we have the surprise items. So you guys must remember that it's just been Olivia's birthday, so I said to her, as a surprise item, I'm going to make a few items for her birthday. So it's more than one, but Yeah, it's a birthday and everybody needs to be spoiled on your birthday. I just want to close this up again quickly because I want to explain something to Olivia because she will watch the video. Olivia, this box, there's lots of goodies in here. I did not alter this box because it's gorgeous the way it is. Well, I think so. And I left it plain. So I hope you like it like that and that you're not, going to wonder why I didn't decorate the box. So, for a birthday, I wanted to do everything that now where's my little paper? I want to show you. Oh, it's gone. No. Anyway, so let me just have one last look up here. So what I've done is I had this Daiso bag which I've really been wanting to alter for a while, and it is that plastic. This is the inside of the bag, and yeah, it's that plastic. So I covered it with this lovely pink material. I have when I first had, last year sometime, I experimented with the Avo dye with this trim, and I did a yard of it, and I'm so sorry I just did a yard because the color turned out perfect. And this is the last bit I have of that. So, and Olivia likes pink, so there we go. That's the dangles on the bag. Also some trim here, and on the side we have some more trim, that flower trim with the paws, and it goes all the way around on the handles, both sides, and one is gone, so we'll have to fix that. It's probably laying in the box because these things has been in the box for a while, especially this bag. So inside the pocket, these goodies, there's a front pocket and that pocket, and I have some fabric on there's a piece of material on the plain pink material, and then I have this lace on top of the fabric. I have these flowers with little dangle pieces, and this trim, pleated trim, and some dangles from his garden grove, and this lace over here, and dangles, lots of dangles, and I have a flower I made with stuff, little bits hanging there. There's also some Prima flowers dangling off the yeah, that's about it for the bag. I was very hesitant to give the bag because I just somehow, the bags. Anyway, I hope you like the bag, Olivia, and all the goodies inside. And that was the one of the first birthday presents I made. And then I did something different. This is let me show you my one. My one's well used. It's a little duster that I use to clean my shelves and in my craft space, and it's quite washable, and as you can see, mine's well used. And yeah, I didn't decorate mine, but hers I did. I glued down this rosette fabric. I put big white flat back pearls in the center of the flowers, and I added little flowers in between, where you have the space like that. I added little flowers to cover up the spaces. I took the pearl string and I wove it in and out of that little hole up there. So as you can see, and then I used this dangle trim around and replaced the centerpieces with this white flat back pearl. And at the bottom it's just, you know, just a stand in the craft room. I didn't do anything to the handle because this is the one that you will hold this and you'll clean. So having an ornate piece here or a decoration is just gonna you know, not make it fall, or, you know, or destroy or something like that. So, and then I made her a doodad cup. On my table I have a cup like this, and you know, inside I'll throw, you know, the buttons, the pearls, and whatever I have left laying around after project. And this cup is what it looks like. It's just a plain plastic white cup. It's either meant for tea bags or something. I forget what the purpose of it was, because when I saw it at Daiso, the first thing I thought of was, oh, I could alter that. So it was in the tea section, or well, around about there where they had the cups and so on. So I bought a few and I altered one for Olivia, and this is what it looks like. So underneath I have a plastic coaster as well, and you know, just in case it goes on something wet and that. I mean, this is a fabric flower, and that's the plastic coaster. And then I have a doily at the bottom, and some of that wool, fluffy wool, that I like using. And I have pink ribbon, not ribbon, pleated trim going around, and some wild orchid craft flowers, some more paper flowers. I have Prima trim, flower trim going all the way around, and ribbon roses in the middle. And the top I have this lace, and I did something interesting here. It's the first time I've tried it, and I'm sure I will do it again. I'm just looking if I have it. I don't. So what I've done is I have this small pearl trim. I think I'll just check quickly. I don't want, you know, I always let things fall. There we go. Always falling. Yeah. So I took this a thin one like this, and I cut 3 strips, you know, like 3, and I plaited it. And look how nice it came. It looks so cute. So I did that in the middle, on this lovely lace over here, and this is my little cluster here with these. See, this is the pearls I used. That's left over of the plait I did. I have a piece of fabric, some of that arrow dyed leaf trim, and this is a lace flower I made for this piece here. There's a little piece of jewelry, sorry, in the middle, and there's a lid. Olivia, when you're watching, this lid is just sewn. It's got a piece of cotton going around it. It's only for the purpose of travel. When it travels to you, you can cut it off and just use your lid for you know, in your craft room. This lid is also a tea related cover at Daiso. It doesn't belong to the cup, but it fitted perfectly. So and inside I have fabric and lace and more embroidered flowers, and there's also that Prima trim over there, and that heart trim that was part of Michelle's kit. So yeah. So here's a little packet of doodads to get you started. You can see all kinds of goodies in there, mostly pink, and so that's also part of your birthday gifts. And if I can get this lid to do what I wanted to do. Oh, so the cotton is moved. Okay, so then that's that. And then I altered a glove, and there's a few things I love creating. It's bird's nests, sewing pin cushions, collage, lace and fabric collage books, and altering gloves. And I particularly like to make nests in gloves. Like for instance, just look at it. I'm making these. Look at this. See, I used a different glove, and there's a nest in there. See? So I love how the gloves are so versatile. So I made a glove wall hanging, and I was going to stuff it, but it just looked great without having anything in the finger part. The doily piece and lace on top with a flower, and then I have this chiffon piece in there with some doodads randomly placed. There's an image, vintage girl. I have this this piece is left over of a piece I received from Phoebe, and I just placed it that way. Some roses in her hand, and she's got a little pearl headband over there, flower. This as well, I used the pearl trim to go all around the flower. I love how it turned out. You know, I think I'll do that again as well. I have pearl dangle trim, and yeah, there's a crown on top. I have some of the silver embellishments over there, and over there I have some over there as well. So that is the wall hanging. And then I made for Olivia a pin cushion. I was inspired by Jeanette, Scrap and Happy. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, but I was inspired by Jeanette, and she created the most gorgeous cupcake cushion, and I always remember that video, and I've always wanted to make one for myself, and of course I never did, but I thought it would make a nice gift for Olivia, and I wanted to do things that, you know, I didn't want to do a lace book and all that, so I tried to, the gift I made for her, I tried to have it a little bit different. So I have five rounds, and you go from dark pink, the cream, that pink, and then there's the pink flower and the top piece. I have this nice lacy leaf on top with that centerpiece, pearl trim coming in and out. Then I have some pearl flowers as well, some laces peeping out, and there's some blings and some of that embroidered flowers, lace pieces, and the stick pins are in the box I showed earlier on, so Olivia will find them. There's a doily underneath, and then this is my stand I created. This is a coaster and lace and the doily. So Olivia, you have to glue it down yourself if you want to. And so that's that. And then the last thing I made for her is, let me just check here if there's anything else that I want to show. I mean, all the goodies I'm gifting her, and that she can show that herself. Oh, this is what I want. This is what I was looking for. When I started with the swap projects, I know Olivia's favorite color is pink. She said it's pink, and this image, I used this image as inspiration, and as you can see, you know, I wanted everything to look like strawberries and cream, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, I feel that I've pretty much succeeded in getting that nice look. And then last but not least, I made a drawstring bag with Christmas goodies inside. So that's the drawstring bag. Very simple. It's not burlap, it's like a Hessian bag, burlap cloth bag. I don't know. And on the I put a doily, cut up a doily placemat and just spread it around. I have that going on. I have that display there, and that piece over there, and in the corners as well. I chose this flower color for the blings because it matched the bag a bit better. On the angel, I used this piece of trim to create like a halo, and these blings on each side. So underneath there's a flower and a doily. So I created a dress for the angel, and I have some flowers on the dress as well. So I think it came out very cute. And I created this flower with I created this flower with some lace. And inside I have a few things, 3 things, and they're stuck on each other. Brilliant. While I have the video going, it will happen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I have this altered paintbrush. I did this last year, but I finished it off with this dangle and put a little cap on this part of the arm of the handle of the brush. So I put a little cap there. There's a little embellishment over there as well. Some buckle buttons. Lots of just this piece that, you know, gives that Christmassy effect. So that's the paintbrush. I also made a Christmas ornament for a tree. So this is the styrofoam ball, and you know, you cut it in your sections and put down the fabric, and then in the sections you glue your lace, or in my case the rope, and a different piece on top. And I just did my pearls all the way around, and I did little pink flowers, and these are pins. They're not see, they are pins, they are not pearls. And I have this centerpiece on top there, and there we go. So very, very easy to make ornament, and goes quite quick. And then so that's the ornament, and I made her a dream catcher. I did not go over. There we go. Dream catcher. This is not a Christmas dream catcher, but I made a one anyway. And I didn't add anything else but the feathers. Sometimes I will add flowers and pearls and all that, but I thought it looked nice like this. And if she wants to take it further and decorate it herself, I'm sure she will. So, oh yes, and I have one last little Christmas item. It's a little bag, burlap bag, and I have the heart trim going around, and some strips of doily at the bottom, heart pearls, piece of lace in the center over there, and I created this to hang over there. Just do that on each side, and there's a little flower cluster, and on the burlap ribbon I just randomly placed bits of pearl bead, and inside there's goodies for her. So you know, it can also, I thought afterwards when she's taken out what's in here, it can also act as a Christmas ornament or just stand next to the Christmas tree. You know, it looks nice with you know, those Christmas trimmings coming out of there, you know, anything like that. So yeah, so that's my swap. I'm excited. There's some other goodies in there which I've not shown, which I'm sure you will show Olivia, and I'm really excited to have done the swap with you. I had lots of fun making all these projects, and I hope you like what I've made for you. I know I will love what you made for me, and when I get your goodies, I will be making a video on that. And yay, I hope you like what I did, and thanks for watching. See you soon.